Hi, I'm Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com. Most of you know me by watching my shows on StallionEsearch.com, reading my stories, or seeing me at racing events. But what I really enjoy is quarter horse racing history and finding museum-quality relics of quarter horse racing past. On this series, I stop being Greg Thompson of StallionEsearch.com fame and become the quarter horse racing relic hunter. This episode finds me hunting for relics in the Oklahoma City area. For my first episode, I wanted to pick a safe, can't-miss venture to find a museum-quality item. I was invited to this old historic house that is owned by one of racing's elite figures in the sport of quarter horse racing. I'd come all the way up from Dallas to the Oklahoma area in search of a one-of-a-kind item, something that would be proudly displayed in the Ruidoso Racehorse Hall of Fame Museum on the second floor of Ruidoso Downs. Hey, Jack.
Hey, come in, Greg.
Hall of Fame trainer Jack Brooks. What can't you say about this living legend? 8-time All-American Futurity winner, a feat almost impossible to fathom in this modern sport of quarter horse racing. In both the AQHA and the Ruidoso Hall of Fame, 2 bronze statues at 2 different racetracks. I would also like to say from my personal experience that Jack's almost as accommodating to me as he is accomplished. Jack had come to look at some of your collection here, so hope you don't mind.
Oh no, come on in.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Stepping into the house at Jack's was just a bit like going back in time. His wife, Winona, had chronicled and collected newspaper clippings, pictures, and everything Jack Brooks throughout his illustrious career, and it being housed in an old historic farmhouse gave the perfect ambiance for a walk through quarter horse racing history with undoubtedly one of the largest headline makers in all of quarter horse racing throughout the years.
That was my first All-American. When a man has tried for 20 years, and I qualified, and I think 4th was the best I'd run, Mr.
For someone like myself who relishes in the history side of the sport, I was like a kid in a candy shop here. I had grown up away from the racetrack, but would see Jack on ESPN with Chris Lincoln and Tom Dawson interviewing him after a big win in the All-American Futurity. Standing there listening to Jack tell the success at the highest level, well, let's just say I was enjoying myself. As the day moved on, I explained to Jack that I was hoping to run across a one-of-a-kind relic of quarter horse racing past, and truly in his collection there were hundreds. But I asked Jack if there was something that comes to his mind that would be a museum-quality item that he would be also willing to part with.
Well, yes, I have a lot of collections, but the one of Strawberry Silks and her saddle towel, and her being one of the horses that I really felt like, I had a really good chance to win the All-American. In fact, I didn't think they could beat her if she stepped away.
I see.
And, this is saddle towel of Strawberry Silks, and like I say, she was a great mare, and she was unbelievable to train, and when she'd walk in those gates, she dared them to open. When they opened, she'd run to the other end till you said, whoa.
A quick refresher for those who need it, Strawberry Silk won the 1989 All-American Futurity, Jack's 5th at the time, and ridden by the legendary late Jackie Martin, who finished her career with $1.26 million in earnings, and is still alive and kicking today at Lazy E in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Jack, tell me a story about you pulled that right off of Strawberry Silk right after the race?
Yes, when the race was over that day, we took it back to the barn with us.
Part of the show here with Quarter Horse Racing Relic is that we find these racing relics that you have in their hand there and see if we can get some added to the collection there at the Quarter Horse Racing Hall of Fame there at Ruidoso. And I'm going to ask you, this is something that we can have to donate to the museum there?
Yes, I'd be glad to. This is something that I'm really proud of, but I have a lot of things about Strawberry Silks, even as she's got older in years. I went to Lazy E several times and had pictures taken with her and all, so I've got a lot of collections of Strawberry Silk, so I'd be glad to let you have it.
Jack, I sure appreciate you having me out.
Anytime, Greg. I was happy to have you. Don't forget your saddle tie.
I appreciate it so much, Jack. Thanks again.
On
behalf of StallionEsearch.com, thanks for participating in Quarter Horse Racing Relic.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jack. As always seems to be the case, Jack Brooks delivers another winner. In my possession, I held in my hands a bona fide one-of-a-kind quarter horse racing relic. Now it was off to Ruidoso via the automobile to show Ty Wyatt, the curator of the Ruidoso Racehorse Hall of Fame on the second floor of the grandstand at Ruidoso Downs, the loot that I had acquired. the saddle towel from the 1989 All-American winner, Strawberry Silk. Driving to Ruidoso, I had thought several times how I'd wish the shy country boy from Arkansas was still with us, and the stories of quarter horse racing past that are out there waiting to be retold or rediscovered and preserved for all time. The weather en route to the mountain that day was perhaps a lot like an All-American Futurity trial day, with the ups and downs of wind, rain, perfectly sunny skies, and then back to torrential rain all in a day's span. The best part of that long drive from Dallas to Ruidoso is when you start seeing the mountains and then maneuver your way through them on the windy roads to get to the mountain racetrack at Ruidoso Downs. In my time of being a horse racing fiend, both quarter horse and thoroughbred, I have seen many a racetrack, but there is definitely something about Ruidoso Downs. It's got that historic feel that excites the adrenaline gland for me, and I have spoken with many that share the same love affair for this bull ring in eastern New Mexico. Most don't even know that the Hall of Fame is seated right below them on the second floor of the historic racetrack, but I'd advise you stop in and see it next time around.
Hey Greg.
Hey Ty.
What do you got for me this time, buddy?
Well, I have the authentic saddlecloth worn by the 1989 All-American Futurity winner, donated by Jack Brooks himself, Strawberry Silk. Jackie Martin was aboard that day. Obviously, you were here.
Yeah.
That horse went straight down the racetrack, and Jack wanted you guys to have this for the Hall of Fame here in Ruidoso.
Well, we're so thankful. I mean, Jack and Winona are huge supporters of us, and we have Strawberry Silk All-American trophy, so this is a great addition to our collection here.
Look at all the intricate
I know.
detail and everything back then, 1989.
I know, and the story is that year that Strawberry Silk was the only horse Jack qualified. So his total concentration was on her, and obviously it paid off.
Fantastic, Ty. Well, here, I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right.
Love to see it in the case there.
We'll get it.
Thanks so much.
We'll get it. Thanks a lot, Greg.
Bye, Ty. Another piece of quarter horse racing history is safely preserved in Ruidoso for all to enjoy, and I'm off to my next hunt for quarter horse racing relics. Hey, if you know of a piece of quarter horse racing history that would work perfect on this show, get in contact with me at stallionesearch.com. I'll see you on the next show here at the Quarter Horse Racing Relic Hunter.